Welcome back, guys, to the Reality Podcast on the Reality Edge Network, and welcome to yet another exciting episode as I have energetic and powerful speakers here on this show. And today I have
Miss Lebogang, also known as King.
King, interesting. And today I have
King Priest.
King Priest.
Yes.
Okay. And so, guys, today I have a challenging question, or a certain, a concept. So today we're going to have alpha male versus girl, or some would rather say alpha male versus female. And I find it very interesting. Do you think so, guys?
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Okay. So should I start?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. I'll start with this saying. What is an alpha male? How do you define an alpha male?
So if you are to discover what we speak of as an alpha male, you discover this term was actually borrowed.
Okay.
When we say wolf packs.
Wolf packs.
Yes, wolf packs. So you discover there was an expression of leadership that was seen in the wolf packs to the point that they say this is the alpha male. So that's where we say the alpha male is actually a leader.
Okay.
So when we define the alpha term, we are saying this is a male who is able to lead his life or even people who are behind.
Interesting. So, getting to your man, how do you feel about these alpha male beings today in the society?
To be honest, I would like to put it in this way. He says his definition comes from a borrowed term that wolves walk in packs, and it is an expression of leadership, right? Do you think you can have an alpha female in that pack?
Okay, I'll go back to this aspect. What will happen is you discover when we speak of females and males, there is what we call congruence. We say we are meeting two things and we are forming one unit. So we say we cannot have an alpha female in essence because we can't have two things with the same strength. Because when we speak of a female, they are supposed to complement the male. Okay. So if we have an alpha male, we can't have an alpha female.
So in short, leaders can't coexist.
Okay, I'll go back to this aspect and speak of it like this. I'll go back to the aspect of the wolf pack. If we're speaking of the wolf pack, we are saying we have our alpha male. This alpha male is leading the pack.
Yes.
Mind you, when it came to this, the first time they studied, they just thought there is the alpha male who is chosen. But this is not just a group of any wolves. This is a family. So if we are to speak of a family setup, what we are saying is we have this family setup here, we have this alpha male, but the alpha male is complemented by the female, right? So because we have this alpha male being complemented by the female, because she complements the alpha male, automatically becomes a leader.
Alright, then to define what I think about an alpha male, for me, to be honest, I think I would like to disagree with you, sir, because what I think is the world is very diverse. We're living in a very revolutionized world, right? We are coexisting, yes, as men and female, right? I would like to say female, not girl, because I would feel attacked if someone said I'm a girl, right? I'm a grown-up woman.
Yeah.
So my definition for an alpha male is someone who is able to lead and is able to be followed. You can be able to lead, but you cannot be able to be followed to an extent. Do you know that is possible?
I agree.
So for me, an alpha male is just someone who is able to lead, like he said, an expression of leadership, right? Who is also able to be followed, who is suited to be followed. You can be thinking you are able to lead, but unfortunately you might have less numbers following you. That is what I'm going to say.
I like your point of view, but then we'll go to this aspect and say, when I introduced my topic, I said this is a borrowed concept, whereby we are saying we have this wolf pack and this is an alpha male, right? Yes. So to that extent, if you are saying this is an alpha male, he is supposed to be able to lead and to be able to be followed, I agree with you totally. But then how can we say someone is following me and yet they're a leader as well?
Yes.
It means they can follow me and become a leader as well.
Yes.
It means they are complementing my leadership.
Yeah, it's controversial. Yeah.
You get my point? So I'm saying if I am an alpha male, it means I don't need an alpha woman. I need a woman who is able to follow behind me But by complimenting me, they become a lead.
I agree with you.
And so I come to the question, in the world of alpha males, does gender equality exist?
Okay, when we speak of gender equality and we speak of, there are two aspects that are here. You discover we have what we call equality, then there is equity.
Yes.
Right, so you discover when we are now speaking of it, you discover this term is now being abused these days. You discover when they say gender equality, they are saying this woman is being equated to a man.
Yes.
We can't have that.
Thank you so much.
A woman cannot be equated to a male. Right. So the aspect of gender equality, I would say it can't exist.
What's your take, man? What's your take?
Well, from experience, because I have grown as a woman, I used to be a feminist, by the way, with the definition of feminism being a woman who wants to be equal to a man. Unfortunately, that is how the world will choose, and other women will choose to define it. But from my understanding is feminism is just about the acknowledgement of women. We are not necessarily saying, I want to dig a hole that you are digging and expect myself to be done with it by 5 o'clock because you were done by 5 o'clock. No, I would love to disagree and say feminism is about just being existent with a man. Acknowledge me. That is what I'm asking for. So when it comes to the question that can it be existent equality with the presence of an alpha male, is I believe it could exist for a short term, but long term it will not help us. You could be an alpha male today and I could be an alpha woman today. Let's say we want to go and pick up the kids at school, right? And I say, babe, please go and pick the kids up at school. Then you say, but I have a lot of work to do. Remember, as a woman, it is your duty to look after the kids.
Okay.
You haven't acknowledged me. You have pinpointed me and gave me a role and said it is your duty as a woman to take care of kids, but we had those kids together. You understand? So when it comes to the non-existence of equality in let's say, for example, a family that has 2 males, it cannot exist. We will fight over who's going to pick the kids. Then that's where we have minor issues growing into big issues. So I would like to agree with you and say equality cannot exist in a house with 2 alphas.
Okay. Basing on her statements, do you think that do you expect men to provide financially if now there's no gender equality? Is he supposed to give you the money right now?
Definitely, because if he has chosen to be the provider, he has to provide.
What do you believe you say?
Okay, I'll get to that. I'll just go back to the medieval times. We say I'll choose maybe Shaka Zulu. You discover in that time we had women. We well know history. We know that there was Shaka Zulu, and then during that time you hear that women, the Shona women, were being raided and taken by the Ndebele, the beautiful ones, and whatever that was happening. And so there was power that was shown. And then there is also, you discover power is associated with finance. So in the whole aspect of it, you discover the real aspect whereby you discover this one is a male. We are saying he must be able to protect you. So by protecting you, you discover when you choose me as a male, you want to perpetuate the existence of your offspring.
Yes.
So you discover me as a guy and you are picking me, I must be able to be financially stable to the point that you can say, if anything happens to me, your children are safe.
Yes, definitely.
So the real definition of a man is someone who is able to protect you emotionally, because you are an emotional being.
Yes.
So you agree with the fact that do you think women actually want alpha males, or they just want a man who listens to them and provides?
Okay.
Is it necessary to have an alpha male in the first place?
Okay, so I'll tell you, in this aspect, you discover women are emotional beings.
Are you emotional?
I think I am, because what happens with me, right?
Or generally women?
In general, women were very emotional. As we want much not to depict our emotionalness, right? I can want to be a savage about anything, right? But me being savage is actually me being emotional. You know, so we are very emotional beings, and I agree that we're emotional beings.
Okay, go on, say.
So I'll go on to say, when I was speaking to say you are an emotional being, you discover this is the aspect now to say why do women not like an alpha male? It goes to what we call emasculation.
Yes.
So you discover what happens is when you see me as an alpha male, by aspect or by general existence, you discover, if I'm to ask you to say, did your mother tell you what to see in a man? You discover when your mother was telling you, of the least likely things she told you was, he must like you.
Yes.
She told you, maybe he must be handsome, he must be financially stable, which were aspects of provision, right?
Yes.
You see. So you discover by virtue of all those things, you discover that what they were saying, they were depicting my nature using inherently. And you see. So when I say emotional, to say the alpha male is the male that you want. But what happens is when I am in a relationship with you, an alpha male doesn't bend. So which means you can manipulate me with your emotion. So what you try to do, you won't like that. You see? So because you won't like that, it means you will not be comfortable.
Makes sense.
You get. So what's happening now is because you are an emotional being, you try to emasculate me so that I can be able to be, you can be comfortable in all your emotional states, in every state that I am. You get my point. So that's the issue. So you discover women by general existence, you want an alpha male.
Yes.
But to stay with him is difficult because he doesn't bend to emotional trauma, to emotional maybe madness or stuff like that.
Yes.
So that's what I would say.
Okay, moving on. Most alpha males talk about submission. Do you believe in submission, or do you think that it is outdated? What do you think?
To be honest, in the world we live in, submission only comes if it is led well. Number one, myself.
So submission isn't bad.
Submission is not bad.
Okay.
No, it's not, mind you. Submission is great, but to a man that is leading you well. I will give an example of, you know, Obama, right? Obama is married to Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama, if we go back to date, Michelle Obama might be more powerful than Obama. Do you know that? But she's still submissive in that marriage because he's leading her well. Whereas you can have an example of, I'll take Shaka Zulu for example, right? You talked about finance, his wealth, right? That is the only thing that made everyone submit to him, yield to him. You know, that is his power. If you were to take away all these things from him, there's no submission. You know,
so a poor man doesn't get submission from a lady.
That is what I think would happen in this world that we're living in.
Damn.
You see, we're bringing a new point that submission, it goes with how you lead, and how you lead is wealth as well. It is wealth.
I agree.
If a man has, not that I am saying this is important, but if a man comes here and says, hop in my Benz, that line, if it was to be said by any regular man, hop in my Honda Fit. Hop in your Honda Fit? What do you mean hop in? Talk to me nicely. Open the door for me. You know? But I'll hop in the Benz. You understand? It's associated with wealth.
Okay.
You know? It's associated with wealth. So submission has a lot of factors to it. You are either able to lead well, you have the wealth, you have excessive masculine energy, masculine order. You know, the way you look as a man can actually
make you submissive.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know that? I'm not saying that short men, mind you, I'm not saying that I would date a short man. I'm so sorry. But do you know that if a man is short and broke, no, what is she? You know? But if a man is masculine, he goes to the gym, he has a band. Baba. You know.
Do you agree with their sentiments?
No, I have a question for you. So you're saying you can submit but with condition?
I think everyone can submit but with conditions. The same way you can lead with conditions. If you didn't have the money today and wanted to speak in a congregation, do you know you feel very inferior? Okay.
So I'll go back to another point that I will put forward to say to you. So are you saying that when it comes to women, love isn't existent? So it's just a matter of transactions. Is that what you are telling me?
I wouldn't say transaction, but love alone is not enough.
Which gets me back to the point that I asked right now. I said this is a transaction for you. When I'm saying, because when we put love, love covers. So it means you can't say alone, because love alone is enough. But then if you remove love, it becomes a transaction that needs enough. Are you getting my point?
I get your point.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, when it comes to women, are you telling me that love isn't enough? Right?
That's a very good question.
Yes, so that's my
point. I think your question is very important to all the young women out there that are dating, especially Zimbabwean men.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be biased, but this is happening actually.
Yeah.
If love is enough in the world we're living in, especially in Zimbabwe, right? Yeah. I would say, from my experience, it could be enough, but it could not be enough, because it is a need, not a want. You understand? The want then comes in with the other factors that fill in the cup that has love. Love can just be in a cup that is just a quarter full.
Yeah.
But you need other things to fill it up, to make it a whole thing. So love is not really enough, to be honest.
So in their point, love is many factors.
Yes.
Not just a feeling. It's many factors.
Thank you so much.
That's what I was saying.
So you're saying, okay, I get your point. If I'm getting you, you're saying, if we speak of love, you're saying in this cup, we need finance.
Yes.
We need what for there to be this thing.
Yes.
Okay, which I choose to disagree.
Okay.
In the world of alpha males, say, do you have space, or do you ever get vulnerable to your ladies, or just shut down?
Okay, when I look at that question, how you ask it about, when we say this is an alpha male, you discover, I gave you an example, I'll go back again to that example. You discover, I told you this is a wolf pack. You discover, as a leader, what happens is you have to make sure that you protect the people that are following behind from the things that are dangerous to you. So as an alpha male, when we say breaking down or doing that, if I am to do it, you may see patterns in my life.
Yes.
You see, it's not like I'll come to you and cry. You get my point? You may see patterns in my life. So in alpha male, how they deal with situations is not how a typical man or anyone deals with an issue. They are more intelligent with how they deal with issues.
Okay.
So which means if you are an alpha male, if you are truly an alpha male, it means you must have a setup whereby you have other males who are around you, who you are capable of sharing things with. So that's what we mean. So you can't be expressing your weakness to your offspring, because that will depict on you and maybe delete on how they view you.
Yes.
So that's my
I would like to compliment on that point you brought up. You said if you're an alpha male, you need to be in let me say in collaboration with other males that are you're going to for advice, maybe to vent, you know. I like that you mentioned that, because you're agreeing to the fact that an alpha male can never be alone. He has assistance in whatever he's doing. He can never be, you know, like how the system will define an alpha male as a man who is always nonchalant, is always serious. Baba, vanochikisa kumba. Ndo wana alpha male in Zimbabwe. If we look at it that way, in Zimbabwe, an alpha male is someone anochikisa. Do you know that?
Okay, I'll go back to that. You see, that's also a problem of how people view things.
Thank you so much.
So when I say it, I mean, when you are an alpha male, you are emotionally intelligent. I told you that. So an emotionally intelligent man knows how he deals with his love.
Yes.
Knows how he deals with his worries and the things he loves. So when I'm telling you that he needs men around him, it's not like he's going to people. You discover if you are really a leader, people will be around.
Yes.
Even leaders as well, because as much as you are learning from them, they'll be learning from you. So that's the depiction of what I mean here. So to say, when you see that man who is saying, oh, this Baba is serious, to say it's hard to label them and say this is an alpha male.
Yes,
because an alpha male is a man who shows his sons what life should be.
Thank you so much.
So that's how I view it.
So he gets vulnerable.
So he really gets vulnerable, but he doesn't show to his children. Because that's the leadership.
Yes.
And you see, when he's facing problems even at work, he doesn't show it at all. That's leadership. You see, so that's an alpha male.
Okay, so do you believe that as an alpha male, women should provide you with some things or go to work? And how do you even feel if she's earning more than you?
Okay, I'll go back to that aspect. I spoke of compliment. someone. So if you are worried, you discover what happens is this. If I'm to ask even any man, even to ask you to say, you know what is this thing that you see on a woman and say, I want this one. You discover what happens. The first thing that you look at. Let's look at a guy. Okay, so in that aspect, when we were saying that we have this woman, this guy, and we are considering, okay, he wants a female. I talked about being complementing each other, right? So what I mean is when we say this is a guy who is struggling, maybe with living righteously, right, or being consistent with his life. When you look at women, he's looking for someone who is righteous. You discover that that guy, the first woman that you will be attracted to will be a holy woman. You see, so that comes when we as men are looking for a female or are looking for a lady. We look for where a person who is stronger in our weaknesses. So you discover as a guy, when I'm looking for a partner, I'm looking for a lady who compliments me. Even any guy who say that is true. In terms of what I am. Okay. So to say, in reality, we are saying if I'm a guy, maybe I'm struggling with living a holy life, and when I look at women, obviously I'm looking for a woman who is living that holy life, because that is my weakness.
Yes.
So that's when you say, even the Bible states it and says that this is a helper. You see, so you can't be helped in things that you are strong.
Yes.
So you see, so which would mean in my weakness, that's why I need help. And so I agree on that and say this is the aspect. So when we speak of a woman working or a woman earning or a woman doing this, right, for the family. Okay, so if my woman is earning more than me, you discover if I am a male and I have a woman who is earning more than me, it means that's a time for me to pull up. So the problem isn't her problem, it's my problem.
Okay.
So it means I must find solutions. So as a man who is a male, who is an active, who is a leader, I must be able to find solutions to the predicament that I'm in.
Okay, so you should not depend on women. When you're in the issues of finances, you should not depend on women as an alpha male.
Okay, I will be straight with that. To say we should not depend on women. So this goes back to what you needed here. Right. So when I said complimenting, and if I'm choosing a woman and I'm saying I want this woman, what do I want her for? So if I want her to complement my finances, that must be okay.
Yes.
But if I want a woman to raise my family with, and that may be a problem.
Okay.
So now it goes back to what I wanted in the relationship. So you discover this problem stems to the guy. What did you want in the first place? So that's where the frustration comes. Me as a guy, I'm there now, and I'm saying my woman is earning, and I'm saying she mustn't be going to work and stuff like that. But what was the aspect? What are the first thing that I wanted to have?
Okay. So what are the most common misconceptions regarding alpha males? What are the common we hear in the streets? Because the alpha male one will die. You think that you feel or think that it isn't right?
Okay, so you actually discover that people, when they think of an alpha male, they think this is a no bullshit person, which is very true. But then they also think this is someone who doesn't treat women right.
Okay.
Which is very wrong. You see. So an alpha male, and you discover in Zimbabwe, it's associated with being stingy. Right. Most guys they will say an alpha male is stingy and stuff like that, but that's not the definition of an alpha male. So you discover that an alpha, those are misconceptions. Because as an alpha male, you discover that if we are to say this is an alpha male, it means you are able to begin. You are able to start things. You are able to lead. So you can't be that and not be able. Okay, I'll tell you something that I discovered in studying. I'll discover that if you are really an alpha male, you really want a woman who is so feminine.
Exactly. A traditional woman.
Yes, an alpha male wants a feminine woman. And when you say traditional woman, you discover traditionally our mothers, they are very feminine.
Yes.
So submissive. And you discover that's what an alpha male wants.
Yes.
So that's the real truth.
So why are women today not being feminine? Especially, let's say, females or girls. Why are they not being feminine? Is it a defense mechanism, or they're just trying to maybe not most of them deal in the first place?
Yeah, like he said, I would like to agree with him firmly. I like all the points he brought up. You asked him about misconceptions, and he did say one of them is how people will say it's a man who mistreats women.
Yes.
It means us as women, we do not understand. we are not learned enough
To understand.
What an alpha male is.
Okay.
It means us as women, we need to know what an alpha male is, and them as men need to also know what an alpha male is.
Okay.
Because all those misconceptions are actually what the lie is. Those are the lies that people are living of what an alpha male is.
Okay.
People want to be that alpha male that is the misconception. No one wants to be the alpha male that you're defining right now. No one wants to be that one.
Okay.
My pockets will be empty.
Okay.
You know?
You know, in that I also have something that you discover. When I'm speaking of an alpha male and I'm telling you this is a man who is able to lead. Now, discover this aspect that you discover we have these misconceptions.
Yes.
And so the main thing that we have as a woman, we are saying this alpha male is this guy, all those things, those misconceptions that we had, is because people didn't understand. But why didn't they understand? You also discovered there were women who understood what an alpha male is. But then the alpha male is not easy to date.
It comes with conditions.
Yes, because the guy is in control of his life.
Yes.
That's the first part. And now he also wants accountability. So to a woman who is not ready to commit, it means it won't work.
It will.
Because you can't play games with me. So it means if I'm an alpha male and I'm in a relationship with you, it means your phone must be accountable.
Yes.
And whatever you are doing must be accountable. So basically you discover that's not a comfortable person to get. Because when you think of that guy, it means he's that guy when he sees something and he's like, you know what, you are emotionally cheating on me. They will leave. They won't stay in that relationship.
Yes.
So you see.
So a phone should be charged.
Okay. So I'll be honest in that aspect. To say when people are saying there are these laws that are passed to say people can touch each other's phone, we respect those laws. But then when we are in a relationship, this is something that we are committed to. It means if we are dating, we want to get married one day.
Yes.
We are building trust.
We are building trust.
Yes.
And so now you discover, I saw a certain chat. Someone was saying that they were about to be married this December, and then the guy asked for the phone, and then the woman denied with the phone, and the guy just went quiet, and it was that.
So it's a red flag, right? To the alpha male.
It's a red flag.
Okay.
Because to an alpha male, you know what? You have options. If you are truly an alpha male, you have options.
When you deny with the phone.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have options.
That is actually true.
That is a real alpha male has options. So because he has options, he has no time to dilly-dally. You see. So the issue here is if you treat me bad, I'll move on because I have the option.
Yes.
But my question is, do you want me to touch your phone?
You see, now when that relationship comes to that, you discover that this is mutual. This relationship is mutual. Yes. Right? So there are rules to any relationship.
Yes.
So I would say if we are in a relationship, you must be capable of doing the same. But then when it comes to a man, you must know that there is a price that I'm paying for you. Okay. So there is a certain aspect that you must earn my trust. You get my point?
I understand.
So I can't just say we are 2 days in the relationship and then you are touching my phone.
Yes.
But we can be 2 days in the relationship and I can touch your phone.
It's understood.
It's understandable. Because in this setup, you can't have me and yet you have another one. But in it, I'm still proving it.
Because you know what the problem is, and I understand your point.
Yes.
Because as women, we get smacked on a lot. Yes. Men want us a lot. You are right for wanting to check the phone within 2 days.
Damn, fats.
Because you know what? As women, someone says, hey, yo, can I have your number? It is up to us to make the decision whether to give the number or not. But it is not all the time I'll have to say no. Sometimes it's hard to say no. You just give him and you're like, I'll just ignore them. But unfortunately, because you already gave him the number, you've given him the key. So you're right by saying 2 days, can I have your phone, babe? And I have to give you. Nearly previously I would have said no, why do you want my phone, give me yours, let's give each other phones. But because by nature I've matured. By nature a woman is supposed to be submissive, right?
That's true.
Even the animal kingdom explains it all. So who are we to say no to that? You know, you can't change that order. So if you say, can I have your phone, you need to check up with me if you are the only one. You're right.
Yes, because I'm the
You're
prize.
right.
Because I'm the prize.
You're
You're
the
right.
prize.
Yes, because I'm the prize.
Yeah.
No, I'm the prize.
I think it's the prize because you provide for you in the
Exactly.
future. So it's the prize.
Yes, I agree with him. I
Yeah,
agree.
so that's the issue. So if you have an alpha male, he is the prize.
He's the prize.
Yes, you get my point.
I get your
So
point.
that's the issue.
Yeah.
So we can't deny the fact that, okay, I won't deal with numbers and say women are more than men.
Okay.
Yes,
Moving on.
Yeah.
If a man cheats, is it the same when a woman cheats? According to you?
Okay, I believe from my point of view, when we speak of love, we have facets. We have respect, we have loyalty, and you are loyal to what you love, right? And you respect what you love. So these three things, they are like that. It's just like that. So when we say cheating is equally a sin to a relationship to both sides.
Okay.
Yes. So I would say if a man cheats, it's the same as if a man cheats on you, you're supposed to leave him. If you know your
Really?
worth. That's a fact. Are you getting my point? If you know your worth. Are you getting what I'm saying?
If you know your worth.
If you know your
but
worth.
then if you know your worth works with a non-submissive woman.
If it's
Because if a woman is submissive, she'll
Yeah.
stay. Because in her head, a man is supposed to cheat at some point.
okay, I
You
choose to
understand?
disagree with you.
But then, unfortunately, his question was, is cheating the same if
Yes.
it's a man, if it's done by a man or it's done by a woman? I would like to say, I'll always give this example. I love this example. I don't even remember where I heard it from. It's about a key and a door.
Yeah.
Would you want a key that opens every door or a door that's opened by any key?
I understand your point of view. That point is, it has to do with emotional bonding.
Yes.
And it has to do with, I can sleep with a woman that I'm not actually emotionally attached to say.
Yeah.
But you may find it, you can't do that as a woman.
We are emotional beings.
Yes, you're an emotional being. So
You get attached.
You
Yes,
get attached.
yes.
You see. So now you discover if mostly a general man, if you are to have you cheat on me, the first thing I'll ask you is, did you sleep with him? And you may ask Kuti, did you love him?
Yes.
And that's basic info. So what we are pointing at here, cheating is cheating. And
No matter the side.
no matter the
Yes,
side,
yes.
cheating is cheating.
But the
the consequences are different. But then when you were saying that there is submission, you know what? There is a difference between submission and abuse.
Yes.
You know,
Thank you.
that's the issue. So you discover the picture that we have is of our parents. You discover when you are looking at it, you are seeing your mom or maybe mothers. They're saying, I'm staying here for my kids, or maybe it's too late for me to. So she's
No
being
abuse.
abused.
Yeah.
That's abuse. That's not submission.
I'm glad you agree with
Yes, that's not submission.
Yes.
So you see, submission, what it does, you submit to me as long as I can provide what you came in for. So I must protect your emotions.
Yes.
If I'm no longer able to protect your emotions, what should you submit to? Are you getting my
He's saying all the right points.
But
because
I heard you saying that
Yes.
men are supposed to cheat at some point, of which an alpha male is grounded in principles and
Yes.
right and respect and so on. So are you actually giving men the green card to actually cheat at some point in their lives? What are you saying?
I'm not giving men the actual green card, but I'm talking of reality. In a reality-based situation, at some point a man will cheat. Maybe as a woman, I'm not giving you enough sexually, I'm not giving you enough emotionally. Do you know that it's possible? From what I'm learning, I'm chilling with older women that are going through divorce, that are going through breakups with the men. I'm learning that to an extent, every man will cheat. It is how you deal with it and how you react to it that then defines your relationship. That has nothing to do with submission, because you mentioned if you know your worth you will leave, but you can't leave every man. You then become a loose person.
Okay. I'll go back to say this.
Yes.
You discover that even the Bible denounces divorce.
Yes.
So it should mean you must stay in. But then I have an aspect that I have to share with you here.
Yes.
To say, you're saying these women, they are being cheated, and men will cheat. Do you know what the reason? Most of women's problems are women created.
Yes.
To be in
Agreed.
aspect, if you have your man who is an alpha male, who is driving a GLE, who has a stable life, women will throw themselves at you.
Yes.
Are you getting my thing? So which would mean it's either his principles are strong enough, you see. But then, so this is like a litmus test, but it's an easy test to say, women are coming at me. You get. But now let's say we have flipped the coin. It's now you.
Yes.
And you discover if you are a woman and men are coming to you, it's different.
It's very different. Yes.
It's like somehow there's a choice somehow. They are not throwing themselves at you. They are like,
allowing them.
Yes,
to feel
allowing them.
Yes.
To feel comfortable.
To feel comfortable.
So you
to
can
approach you.
Yes, so you see my point. So I'm saying when you say men will cheat at some point, that's a fact. It's easy for men to cheat.
Yeah.
But is it okay?
It is not.
It is not.
It is not.
You get my point? Yes. So now it goes back to the aspect where you said, I will go back to the animal kingdom, where we borrow things. If we are to say, okay, how are you choosing your partner? You must make sure there is perpetual survival of your offspring. So how did you choose me in the first place? What were my principles that made you choose me? You get my point? So those principles are what must protect you in the future.
That's very wise.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying if you are to pick a man right now, and you may pick the guy you said he has a band and he says whop in, nice, which means he is used to that.
You see?
Yes, so he can protect you financially, but he may not protect you later from what you're saying these women
because
are facing.
money will perish.
Yes, you see. But now what was his principle in the beginning? You see, so that's the issue. So your test for a man must be more rigorous now.
I'm learning, Alex.
Okay.
I'm learning. Real.
Okay. So what are your final words, both of you, to this issue of alpha males? Because as for me, I've learned that most people are grasping the wrong concepts when it comes to alpha males, right?
Yeah.
Of which the concept of alpha male is actually good when it is applied well. Of which the youth out there, what about Travis? Alpha male chemi, alpha male aristi. Alpha male another one but scanner, and so on. So
which is a true fact.
It's a true fact.
That's true.
Wow, alpha male
is the prize.
Is the prize, exactly.
Wow.
Yes.
Unlimited prize.
Yeah. So I think basically I agree 100% with what you said. But I think as the youth we need to learn. We are learning the wrong things.
Okay.
People would have defined an alpha male as, what's his name? Andrew Tate. If you speak about Andrew Tate, boys will be like, Andrew Tate, he is the real deal. But then from what he explained many things that are the opposite of Andrew Tate. And I agree with him, because this definition here needs to be out there in the world. This man defined what an alpha male is in a way that as a woman I wouldn't have understood. In a different setting I would have been disagreeing with him non-stop, but then the way he defined things, I understand what an alpha male is, and I will submit because of that definition.
Okay. Also on that, I want to defend Tate. Okay, you know what happens when you discover people like Tate, you say he's not apologetic.
Okay, people like Tate and Shaddai.
Yeah, those people are not apologetic.
They are not.
Yes, they are not. So you see, women, as I told you, they're emotional beings. So they find people who challenge their emotions so intimidating. So that's the issue. So in reality, if you are to take yourself right now and go on social media and start to listen to Tate with a stable mind, you should discover he speaks points. But what happens is you see bits and pieces, and he's attacking your gender, and you are defensive of your gender. But is he speaking fair? Are you getting my point? So that's what happened now. So you discover he's saying this bullshit, we can't take it. And women are bringing, yes, because they're emotional beings, they have emotional baggage. That's what we are saying. So you're saying when Shaddai is saying sing moms, and people are like and stuff like that. But how did you allow that guy? Guys, are you getting my point?
This is a principle yaki, like you said.
You get my point. So people, they don't find time. I'm not saying digest. I follow Shaddai, whatever you post, and people say no. There are some things that I say no, this one is. Yes. But then there are some things that I just know these are points. So what I'm saying is you must find time to digest what someone is saying, to see what is the logic behind what he's saying. That's what we are saying. Yes, because okay. So that's what I'm saying. So I wanted to defend Tate and
Thank you. I'm glad. We're learning.
I'm learning.
We have to learn as the youth from this man.
Okay.
You have to, and as women as well, I'm advocating for women.
Okay.
Interesting. Ma alpha male in Zaranzara. Should we tell? Okay. So what were your last words to say?
So in real aspect to say, I would say I would define a woman. To say when we speak of a woman, you must know for any person to have growth, and you must be able to hold conversation. So which means you must be someone who discovers yourself. You must be someone who researches about yourself. So you discover that's something that's lacking out there. You discover people, they binge watch things that are not edifying to them. So you discover there is a very big knowledge gap, which is ignorance among women. You see, so they don't know information like basic info. You see, so now that's the aspect now to say those people, they can't hold a conversation that is deep. You see, because they can't do that, they would think that when you are with, okay, I'll give a basic example. A basic guy will go for them, and then they will discover they are shallow. Which means when they came there, they would think you wanted sex with me only. But that wasn't the, that was the only thing you could offer.
Yes.
You see.
I agree with you.
So that's the issue. So now people, they are not reading. People, they are not discovering. People aren't interested. You see.
In gaining knowledge.
In getting knowledge.
Yes.
Okay. And even the guys as well. You discover, if you are to ask a basic guy, how many books have you read? People aren't reading. People don't read. So because they don't read, they don't know. Because they don't know that they don't know.
And they'll perish.
And they'll perish. I agree. That's what I want to say.
When someone is speaking a point, they are rebutting it. Because they don't have that reasoning, they don't have that capacity
to sit down and digest information.
To sit down and digest it. So in essence, I would say men really want a feminine. But apart from that, they want someone who can complement them. They want someone who can add to them.
Add value to them.
Add value to them. So you can't add value when you are vague, when you are ignorant.
Yes.
So that's what I would say.
That's interesting. And even, I think now I understand that I'm an alpha male, because I want a woman who has growth to me, a woman who understands, who can communicate well. And if I tell a woman that I want that, she'll think that Drumu Janirira cannot maybe more mesera. But these are just the basic qualities that I want in a woman. And they'll say, I don't need Janirira. Of which, that's just a few qualities you can just give me. Yeah. So guys, thank you for being here on the Reality Podcast.
Thank you.
I would like to have you one other time, both of you, on a different topic.
That would be
because you guys have chemistry when it comes to communication. Okay, so guys, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video, guys. Goodbye.